Right, James, you got 80 in the last paper 2, which was your homework last week. So that was excellent. In the tests, you've had over 60s, so 69 hopefully will be straightforward for you to get. This one's wrong. Centimetre cubed is volume, not area. Area is that one. So 6 there, that's 2, so you've got 11 for the first page. With the 5 cubes together, right, the mistake that you've made here is that you've still got the containers on there, and they are part of the weight as well, which you found in the first bit. So the first thing that you've got to do is 620 take away the 320. That then gives you the weight of those cubes, which you then divide by 5. So you've missed that first bit out, but your communicating is good there. So with this one, it's 59. It's not cubes, it's squares. That won't penalise you. But what you've missed out is in this question, and it's not in every question, but in this question, each square represents an area, so you have to then multiply that by 8 to get that final answer. So of the 3 marks there, you're only going to get 1 mark for the fact that you haven't multiplied it by 8. So 4, 5 for that page. That looks good. It's not a diameter. A diameter would go all the way across. This is a radius. That is a chord. That is correct. This, we've done a few of these now, so I'm a bit surprised you've left this one out. If it's perpendicular, take one of these clear lines on your ruler and line it up with the line that's printed. That means the edge of this is now at right angles to that line. So if you slide that along until you come to C and draw that in, that would be a perpendicular line. If they wanted you to draw a parallel line, you would just line it up, line the edge of the ruler up and slide it that way until it went through C. So on that page, only 4 marks. Day 2, 3, 2, 17.5. The median isn't 3. The median, you have to put them in order of size. So you've got 2.5. Sorry, which one are we doing? Swansea, dark. So we've got 3, 3. So that's that one and that one. Then we've got 3.5. Then we've got 4. Then we've got 4.5. The middle one is that. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. That's right. That's right. But it's not the only one. That is also that. 0.5 is right. So let's come back to that one. This is on a calculator allowed paper, so make your calculator do the work. Use your fraction button. 2/5. To turn it into a percentage, times it by 100, 40. So you haven't got any of those wrong, so you will earn 1 mark there, and 1 there, and 2 there. So you've got 4, 8 on that page. Correct, 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 correct. Good. 2, 4, 6, 8. Add 7. No, not right. Hopefully you can see that it's a timesing by 3. 4 3s are 12, 12 3s are 36. But because the sign is changing, it actually means we're not multiplying by 3, we're multiplying by -3. 4 3s are 12, signs are different, plus times a minus gives you a minus. 12 3s are 36, signs are the same, minus times a minus gives you a plus, and so on. This isn't t take away 100. What I said when we were practicing these in class is if you're not sure, make it give yourself a number. So if a ticket cost £5, what would it be in pence? 500 pence. What are you doing to 5 to make it 500? You're timesing by 100. H minus 3 is correct. W times 8 is correct. And these ones, we have practiced these, so it's important that you can deal with these yourself now and practice them. To get the x on its own, the 3 and the x are joined by a times. You need to do the opposite of timesing by 3, which is dividing by 3. Here, the x is joined by an add 5, so you've got to do the opposite of adding 5, which is subtracting 5. So 1, 2, 3 marks there. So you've dropped quite a few marks there that you should have got full marks on. The range is the largest. Again, this was work we did last week. Range is largest, take away smallest. So that's 47, take away 24 equals 23. 1 year ago, all of those ages would have been 1 year less. So the difference between the smallest and the largest would still be the same. And then the mean, you add them all up and you divide by the number there are. So this is work, were you absent? It is something that we did practice last week. You need to get that right. That's an easy 6 marks you've blown there. That's good. Now you're showing me no method. And it's wrong. So the method with exchange rates, we'll practice these before the exam anyway. You turn £1,200 into dollars. For every pound, he gets $1.52. So £2 would be 2 lots of it. £3, 3 lots. £1,200 would be 1,200 lots. And then you need to do 1649. That answer less 1649. And then to turn it back into pounds, divide by that. Now you arrived late to class this morning, which means you missed the practice that we did in order to do these. So this is something now that you're going to have to try and catch up with because they do like questions like this, and there are 5 marks there. You need to use one of these things, compass. To draw a 60-degree angle, you put your compass point there and you draw part of a circle which cuts the line that you're drawing your angle from. You then put your compass point on that cut and you turn it that way. That will give you a 60-degree angle. So 60 degrees would be there. We don't want 60, we want 30. So we have to cut that angle in half, which is something else we practiced this morning. What you do is you take your compass, and where the circle cuts the 2 lines, you place your compass point there, draw an arc. Put your compass point there, draw another arc. And then you join from A through there to be 30. Now your angle is exactly 30, so you used a protractor well, but they're not asking you to do that. Without these little curvy bits, you won't get the marks. And similarly, to draw a perpendicular bisector, you need to have a compass. You put the compass point on one end of the line and you open it out so it's over halfway. You then draw part of a circle. You then move the compass point to the other side of the line and you draw another part of a circle. And then using a ruler, you join up where the 2 parts cross. And that gives you your perpendicular bisector. So that's something that you're going to need to practice. We haven't done those yet, but we will be doing them soon. So don't worry about that. That's right, well done. 45 times 120 no, is not what you need to do. What you need to do is to work out from this information here what the minimum length is, to multiply by the minimum width to work out the minimum area, and then the same for the two maximum values. Take a look how I do that on the video. Again, this is something that is better for you to watch how I explain that and talk that through on the video. That's not right. If it rains on 119 days, then it's not going to rain on 365 less 119, which is 246 days out of the 365. Watch how I go through that on the video clip. And again, this is something that we will practice after half term. So you have thrown marks away by arriving late to the lesson, that's for sure, but let's see if you've still done enough to get a C. 11, 16, 20, 28, 39, 45, 48. No. So there's only 48 there, which is on this particular paper a grade D, and it's 9 marks off a C. So go through the video clip of me completing the paper, take a look at the ones you've got wrong, and see if you can put that right, James.